Welcome to paradise, a country of peace and harmony.
My name is Albertina Ngube, but people know me as Albi. I'm a 19-year-old Zimbabwean by blood, based in Perth, Australia, and I'm a photographer. This film is about my recent journey to the motherland, as I got to meet with some of the coolest people throughout the country, talking about how they're trying to make it in the creative industry, especially in a country like Zimbabwe, in contrast to how I, a Zimbabwean living in Australia, am also trying to do the same. Hey guys, so we just finished checking in and now we're going to the boarding room. I am actually very excited for this trip. I don't know what to expect because I've been waiting for this trip for almost 2 years. So yeah, this is going to be exciting and I hope you guys like what I'm going to show you, and it's all going to start from here, so stay tuned. To start my journey, I went through Francis down Botswana, where I met with two guys in the music industry. Bankhead, who is a rapper, and Biscuit Head, a music producer. We met on Instagram the day before the meetup, and the next day we got together at the hotel I was checked into to have a chat about who they are and what they do.
What up everybody, what up world? My name is Bankhead. I'm from Francistown, Botswana, Africa, and I'm 26 years old, trying to make it out. I'm an artist, hip-hop artist, rapper. I'm not a poet. I'm a rapper, artist, do R&B there and there, trap, straight hip-hop, boom bap, whatever you want, I got it for you as long as it's got something to do with hip-hop.
My name is Biscuit Head, 20 years old. I'm from right here in Francistown. Well, right now, I would say I'm an established producer, struggling rapper. That's what I'm really trying to break out into. I'm trying to really break out into the rap scene. But as far as producing goes, I think I'm well established there. Produce for anyone who matters in Botswana, really.
I mean, it's been us since day one.
Like, I'm pretty sure I met this guy out the womb. As soon as I was out the womb, I'm sure I met Bankhead.
We've been family friends from the day one. Our older brothers been friends.
Yeah,
like even since before I told you I started rapping, like when I was like 13, 12. I already knew him then, but we didn't know we'd be here today. Roll call, hell yeah. Hot box, don't open no window, no. I don't do free anymore. I gotta eat with the odds. I can't believe that I broke. I swallowed the two with my throat. I'm tired of people that looking alone when they think that a nigga go weekend exchange. I'm tired of niggas that wasted their money and reaching your pocket for change. I'm keeping up popping the freaking no the one that's smashing your man. I thought that she was there for you, she used you as a playground. He knew I started rapping a while ago, and then he came to me and told me he makes beats. And I'm like, bro, give me those beats, bro. Yeah, I don't care if nobody fuck with you, I fuck with you the long way, bro. So
the first time I hit up this guy, he was still in the Fader group. Yeah. And I mean, Fader is like one of the hottest groups to ever touch the soil of Botswana. I swear. Main Dilla, Amuski Mask, Abantu, shout out all the brothers, man. Love all those niggas. But that's the first time like I really hollered at Bankhead. He was still in Fader Gang. You know, Fader Gang was a really prominent group, and I just thought, man, this guy's a really dope rapper, like one of the illest out of Fader Gang. So I just hit him up. As much as I knew him, like, you know, brother, I'm brother, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, besides that, it's the lyrics.
This music thing, we gotta do it. The first song we ever recorded together, that like created so much hype for us. Like people started knowing about Bankhead and Biscuit Head. So we did that, and our song really didn't do numbers that well, but the response we got from the people was just amazing. We could even feel it, and we were still here. Everybody in the capital city was loving it.
Yeah, everyone was loving it because we had recorded that like on FL. We recorded it the wrong way. We like just did whatever
just did what we had to do.
Made sure, like, you know, like, let's just release this, bruh.
At the end of the day,
it was dope.
It worked out, and we decided, you know what, bro? Let's put out a project, a joint project. He had already done a project with one of our artists, JFK, called Double Dose Dope. That also had good.
Yeah, that for me was my first. That was my first compilation ever released, and that was with JFK. I did that 3 days. We did It was, I think, 5 tracks. We did them all in 3 days, and we released it a day after we had finished. Then this GFK guy, he went to China, I think, shortly afterwards, and that Double Dose Dope was like numbers for me. Like,
and
that
to
was,
be honest,
that was crazy.
For me, that was the first time I ever heard of 2 artists making a project together in Barts. Yeah, I said it. Them were the first dudes to do that.
Yeah, I'm the joint tape king right now.
He's the joint tape
I'm the joint tape king right now.
Baby girl, you make me so wild. For you, I swear I go the whole mile. Ask me what I'm doing right now. Thinking about you, the shit is wild, shawty. So wild. I swear I go the whole mile. Ask me what I'm doing right now. Thinking about you, this shit is wild, shawty.
Like, in the future, man, I don't know. I have a lot of things, you know, going on in my head at once most times. So as much as, you know, I'm really in the music part, I'm really trying to, you know, venture off into the music business part. So I'm really interested in just anything music business. I got a thing called Come Up Session. It's my event planning entity basically, and we just throw anything with local artists. So I'm really focused on 267. I'm really focused on Botswana, and, you know, really just becoming a pioneer in like the ongoing development, the like evident development that you can see like with your own eyes in Botswana right now. So I think this is the perfect time to take advantage of that, and then that's exactly what I'm doing.
We face a lot of difficulties as artists, especially in Botswana, because parents really don't believe much in our dreams. They want doctors and lawyers, and, you know, so us coming out and telling them about our dreams, they'll be like, no, go to school, or no, go to work, find a job and whatnot. But they don't really grasp the concept of how big this music industry is developing in Botswana. Like, we have artists like Vizo, shout out Vokes. We have artists like Vizo that are really doing it big right now in Botswana. I'm talking about shows every week, shows every month, you know. So when we come out and let our parents know, they crush our dreams by telling us that the music won't take us anywhere, but they don't see what we see. So we just block that out and keep doing us, you know. So eventually it's gonna pay off, and once they see it pays off, that's when they start believing in our dreams and start investing in our dreams and stuff. So the most difficult part about it is the doubt, especially when it comes from a family member. It's really painful. It gets to you sometimes. So, but like at the end of the day, it's your life. You know, you choose what you want to do with it, and you know that's just how it is. From what I've been through, I think follow your dreams, but don't neglect your family. Let them understand what you're doing, what you're trying to do. Show them like what comes out of it, and that way sit your parents down, sit your family members down, and just break it down to them. Eventually they're gonna believe in you. Like, convince them to believe in you. That's the only way you're gonna get through. And stay in school, and please don't do drugs. Drugs is bad. Drugs is super bad.
We nice, cause we nice, nice. How you like it, man? We nice, nice. How you like it, man? We nice, nice. How you like it, man? We nice. Hold up, baby, what you saying?
Besides the fact that I went to Zimbabwe not knowing anyone, Instagram became the platform to find creatives within the area. This then brought me to meet photographer and graphics designer Tinashe Chalson. We instantly became friends from the get-go.
This is Tinashe Chalson. I'm from Bulawayo and I'm 25. I'm a photographer, well, a street photographer and a graphic designer. And yeah, I started this like back in 2014, 2015. I really love taking pictures. I really loved documenting, you know, people in the streets. My goal for the future is to literally travel city to city, taking pictures of the, you know, scenery, the people, the cultures, you know, like, wow, just have fun on the road and take pictures. I think I could just sum it up like this. Creatives in Bulawayo, in Zimbabwe, they're never taken seriously. Like, creative as a whole is not taken seriously. And it's a sad situation because people don't understand art forms, different art forms, and you know how this thing can actually help the culture and for people to understand like how we live and stuff. But parents don't usually take it seriously. I think that's where the problem is. Like, if only parents could initiate some type of support for their kids and, you know, the creative scene, and have an understanding, just that maybe we don't blame them because of the whole economic situation right now. And yeah, I mean, it's sad but so true. Like, it's bad. The other thing I discovered in this city is like there's a lack of support from, you know, brands and highly established people, because the fact that you're still an upcoming artist or, you know, a creative, they really do not take you seriously just because, I don't know, like, you know, they have this tendency of looking down upon artists. You know, Bulawayo doesn't have a lot of platforms. Artists end up depending on social media alone, but, you know, you really need, you know, further platforms like, you know, events and, you know, connecting people to events, and yeah, and also the power of collaborations. I think power of collaboration would be very helpful to a lot of artists, and yeah, and their single artist life. I can really emphasize a lot on this, like collaborations. Collaboration is really important. Getting to know what other artists are actually doing and getting to engage with them is actually helpful. It will create another platform. It will actually introduce you to their audience and broaden your, you know, your view on creative. Number one thing would probably be to be down to earth. Like, there's no other greater thing than to have a creator who's really down to earth and who's easily engageable with. And I just feel like artists should really be open-minded, and yeah, that's what's up.
After talking to Tinashe, he then introduced me to an award winner for Zimbabwe's Best Underground Rap Artist in 2017, INDIGO. Super talented and unique artist with a new vibe to his music, which isn't really common within the city. Whilst having the chance, I got the opportunity to speak with him about his life in the music industry.
I'm INDIGO Saint, I'm 25, and I'm from the city of Kings. I'm a hip-hop artist, an alternative hip-hop artist, and I guess like what really got me into it was, I don't know, I've always liked music, you know. I was like in choir, and I used to sing, and I used to write too, and because poetry and because prose, it just became like a natural thing to like make the two meet, you know. It's like my life now, pretty much. Like, I live and I breathe it. Pretty much anything I go through, I find a reason to like write about it or to tell someone else about it. I think like the most important thing with art is like to tell stories. To me, it really doesn't matter if like I blow up or if like I'm as big as like, say, your favorite artist, but I mean, if I get a chance to like tell a story that like no one else is like listening to, or that like no one else cares about, then like I'm doing my thing, you know. And there's like so many things that like people don't like want to talk about or afraid to talk about, you know. And I think like that's my responsibility. That's why like God gave me this gift, you know. So if I don't use it fully, then I'm not doing like sense.
All my little cousins working jobs now. This rap gotta pay like a job now. Shit, I'm conflicted. Should I quit or should I stay addicted? I don't want that they will kill me, but every day I smoke, I kill me. Cancer by suicide, been addicted to thoughts of that suicide. I'm a coward, but I'll never do it. Plus the high keeps me round and right through it. I'm a soul sometimes lost in this planet. Took a while to admit I'm an addict. I had a dream that I woke up on Twitter and sold my account and that shit had been verified. Then I woke up to real issues and problems, not one of them verified. Some of these problems like strangers, you don't even know if they're sterilized. But we all wanna stay alive. Let the government kill you from 9 to 5. And I ain't got a problem with that, nah.
I just wanna like tell as many stories as I can with like the time that I have. You know, if people resonate with it, then they do. If people don't, then we'll just like find more stories, you know. I think like the most difficult thing I've had to deal with was like myself, because like I don't know, I think I might be like one of like the few lucky ones. Like I've always had like the support of like my parents with like pretty much anything that like I wanted to do. The most difficult thing is just like not getting in my own way, you know. As an artist, I think like it applies to like whether you do like abstract art, whether you paint, whether you're a photographer. It's like sometimes like you make this art and you don't think that you're good enough, you know. But like ultimately, if like you make it, you have to share it, you know. And like getting to that point of like understanding that like, okay, you know what, actually I'm good enough all the time. I think that's been like one of like the most difficult things to like get past, you know. I mean, like life is always going to be hard. Like the city is always going to be like difficult to like, it's always going to be difficult to get like people to listen to you or for people to take you seriously. But again, it comes back to that as far as like how much you get in your own way. Like, do you let that like stop you from like achieving, or do you let it motivate you? You know, I think like if you're creative, whether you paint, again, like whether you paint, whether you're a photographer, whether you make film, like you always just have to be in a space where like you're trying to like make something that no one else has made, and just have to keep on doing it. You know, people get tired and people get like demotivated, you know, and it's so crazy, like people get like demotivated by other people, and it's like, yo, like, but when you go to bed though, these people aren't there, you know. When you eat, these people aren't there. When you wake up in the morning, these people aren't there. So like, why should that like be something that determines like what your immediate action is gonna be? I just like put everything that I have like into everything that I do, and that's, I think like if everyone did that, then the world would be like a more progressive place, you know. So yeah, cool. So I say picture this picture vividly. Life and time mimic me. Death is a bully at schools, but he never picked on me. Suicide tickles me. Most these kids, mini me's. Tipsy and I, same frequency, we sharing energies. Jaden rolled another J. I just finished all the V's. I've been trying to lose the smoking, but I quit every day. Nicotine helps me slay my addictions in the way, and all these potholes stop Santa from getting here with these sleighs. So right now, my present time, I'm present to ya. Pushing pen to paper, these bars like a prison to ya. Tandemang and Tandindona tool. I'm only moving these plates tectonically, it's seismic to ya. Granted, I could rant about some granite. I'm hot, sunny, ain't nobody planned how I plan it. I'm hot, sunny, this the surface of the closest planet to the sun. Where I'm from, Mercury rises without a burning sun. Would you love me if I told you at times I lack motivation?
It came to my attention that the art gallery was a place most creatives and artists would come and meet up. Being in that environment, I was lastly introduced to artist George, a well-known contemporary visual artist in Zimbabwe's art industry, winning awards for his work which presents Zimbabwe's economic situation and speaks about the people of the country.
Hello, my name is George Masarira, aged 27. I'm from Bulawayo. I'm an artist here at National Gallery of Zimbabwe. I'm an African contemporary artist. As a little child, I used to love drawing, making up things and so on. So as I grew older, then I had to explore my potential. And I'm here now at the art gallery, and I'm one of the young artists who are also doing well here at the gallery. And I'm really grateful for having the chance to come here at the gallery. By working here at the gallery, and I grew in whatsoever that I had in mind in the creative side. So this is me at the moment, and hopefully I'm yet to grow and maybe explore some few things and so on. Art is a journey. From where I started to where I am, I think I'm going to be one of the people who will be celebrated here in Zimbabwe. I've done local exhibitions, I've done international exhibitions, so I see myself being one of the most influential young men, probably in terms of in the side of art industry when it comes to contemporary art. So I think I'm going to achieve more. I'm really positive with that, because to me my motto is that a positive attitude is the key to a better tomorrow. So I wouldn't say negative things things about myself. So I see myself being successful. I'm happy with what I have at the moment, but when I started this, it was really hard. It was really hard. You know, it's hard to be an artist here in Zimbabwe, but until you get to a point whereby you now have people that they follow you, you now have people who actually follow your work and so on. But the main factor is that there are some things as artists which actually affect us, because also money can also motivate us or inspire us to create works and so on. But you mustn't put it into mind that you can say you are motivated with art, because art is life. You just have to share your experience. So those are small difficulties that we face because we don't have money at the moment. But one or two people who come here, they can buy some few pieces, then you survive.
I was taken to the art exhibition where George had his work on display. I came across one of his most recent pieces, and he gave me a breakdown as to what the purpose of the unique artwork was.
I have to explain this piece for you. It's more like a conceptual piece that is more like I can say probably it's an installation, at the same time it's a sculpture, sort of like. Here I'm trying to speak about men who don't keep their pants closed. So I had to actually take off the zip, and you can see this man is sexually active and so on. And also you can also see there's a condom there, down there. Here I'm trying to express to you, for safety reasons, as a human being, you need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your healthy wise. So this man is not a right person, because he's always like this. He has got this sexual oriented mind and so on. So as an artist, I had to come up with a piece that is to discourage that. So I don't encourage people who go and sleep around and so on. So that's the cause of so many diseases for us as human beings. You can see nowadays there's AIDS, there's so many things which are sexually spreaded diseases. So as an artist, that's why I came up with a piece like this one.
Whilst also having a friend of mine from Australia staying in the same town, they took me to a group of young dancers who call themselves skippers, specializing in pansula, guara guara, and anything with house music. Although there were only 3 out of the 7 members, we met up at one of the dancers' town home and had a chat about their dance careers.
My name is Tinos Crimson Kama. I'm 21 years old and I'm from Pumula.
I'm 16.
My name is Latoza the Kizito, aka PHINEAS. I'm from Pumla, Blawayo. I'm 21 years old. I started dancing when I was young. I was about 8 years old. I started up with Ingwazi, then I ended up on Ispansula. That's what I'm doing right now.
I'm Italian, so mina lapha ngiqala ukugida ngiqala lento ngimncane ke ngishaya lento ngisespansuleni kodwa kwamanje ngajikela phezulu ke sengisestarianeni ke kwamanje ke ngiyishaya le cotton ngiyajiva lento loba kuphi dance engazi ukuyishaya nje bathi laba baphenga ke mina ngiphengi ke ngishayeza bo scotten baba.
I started this dancing thing when I was 10. I started dancing pansula. Then I ended up dancing this kotan and this jeba, ibenga and so forth. I'm a vocho, new styles in the building. We're also into fashion. As you can see, labels. Does it to the top border, you see Nike all the way. That's our thing. And it's nice kotan in the building.
Sure.
I'm a classic man. seated. So that's our thing.
So kamanje ngomgido bengicabanga ukuthi amgido singangisa kude ngoba la bengibona ngidle ngimuva ngayo stage ngibe singangisa kwezinye indawo ezinjengasemazweni ke njengoba mina ngilana kwelakithi lapha kodwa hayi ngiyathembisa nje ngoba indlela engijiva ngakhona kuyathuthuka kancane kancane ngihamba lamajidi eskibus la yeah ngiphusha lazo ke ngalomsebenzi wokujiva.
My goal with dancing is to rebuild my grandma's house. That's my dream. So if I got enough cash, imali enkudlanyana nje, lots of cash, so that I can live my life. Before I do that, I need my thing to go international, like known all over the world. That's my dream.
We don't get shows sometimes, and some managers they don't even pay us. Since we are a registered group, a well-known group, sometimes we actually go for some shows and they pay us a few money. They know we are there, but some people, they don't support us. I don't know why actually.
Ama-artisti asakhula abafana abancane nje abathanda lento esiyenzayo ukuthi nje lokho esijiva loba kuphi esijiva khona babe sibhekile. So bengithanda ukuthi nje ngibatshela ukuthi okwamanje into kumele bayenze ke nxa ushaya liyanto amelanga uqinisa umzimba uma uyifuna liyanto ufuna ngiqinisa umzimba wakho kumele ube flex ayibona lento ukuze move ulandele le ngoma umamela ingoma ukuthi ingoma ihamba kanjani ngeza kugide ungazifili ungabona ungagida ungazifili ithimiza kulanto oyenzayo ubuponda so uma ungumuntu ujiva futhi uzifile ukuthi uzuthi ke uyenza ngani.
When you were artist, you got a passion. Feel it. It comes inside you. So even though the role is hard, you gotta stay focused. Keep your eyes on the role. Never give up. You gotta be a soldier in this role when you wanna be a dancer. Feel it. Take it slow. Just play your cards right. Everything will be flowing at the end of the day. That's what I'm gonna say to you.
Deep boy, I'm a kid. Saboga boy. Yeah. Chill. Hey. Asbambe. 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 Asbambe.
On my last day in Bulawayo, before heading out to Harare, I met up again with Tinashe to have some photos taken of me. Whilst doing so, we bumped into two brothers who are in the fashion industry and have their own clothing label, Stars 29. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to have a chat with them there and then in regards to their work. However, we did decide it would be best to do a FaceTime call instead.
I'm LEEROY. I'm a Shona guy, strong Shona guy in Bulawayo. My street name is Robistana. That's the name I use for everything, from Audio Mac, Instagram, Facebook. My name is Loveridge. I'm his young brother. But the name that I use for clothes, designs, streetwear, and whatever, I use Mla. The room Mla. I don't know why people like calling me Mla, but that's the name that you gave. I'm 22 years old. Just another young nigga trying to make it also. We are Stars 29. We're a clothing store. And also a brand now. Ours, the two of us, we are equal to yours. There's no superior guy whatsoever. We are equal. From end of 2012 to 2018, that's when our store is running. That's when we started our store. 2012, 2018, we were just into the retail. You know, you go to your wholesaler, you buy what's popping. 2014, decided to start making our own things now. So we rebranded our store from Instana to Stars 29. First things first, we want to first get established, like the whole of Zim, to first get the vibe, to first be part of the movement too. We are trying to give these kids and give ourselves something cool, but that we can afford, you know, because see, all these kids here would run probably say a Supreme t-shirt, and for you to get your hands on a Supreme t-shirt, they'll never come to Zim. You know, we are dropping a t-shirt collection, so meet us in Harare. They don't do that. It's usually Cape Town. So when we're rebranding ourselves, we have that in mind. We also want the kids here to feel like how the kids in America, in Australia, wherever you are, we want the kids here to feel special too. You know what I'm saying? It's better to give a kid a passion to collect. You know, like how some kids will just collect t-shirts, wash, then they can floss for each other, you know, maybe some weekends and what they show each other, well, I have every piece in the collection, I have this piece, we can stop with this. It even keeps them away from trap, and also here for Zim, it also keeps the street culture alive. Situation here, besides, yes, there's no clothing industry. Like, you can't go to the industries and find someone who can actually make a decent shirt for you. You can have your design, but you know, you want mass production. So now, to get an industry, we take our designs to South Africa, and it's a cost for us. You have to pay duty to your country. It's something else. But the good thing is, people support us. Like, we are so grateful. People must leave this concept of thinking Chuluku, you must be expensive. You know, like Chuluku, you must overspend. I'm against that. If you are thrifting, it's cool. You can thrift, bruh. If your average is $5 and you're looking cool. pressure for price. Price is not everything. I think at times we need like teamwork. If you want to start a brand or whatever you want to do, you need like someone who understands your vision. You know, if you are doing it for the culture, at the same time you need to get paid. But then you have to understand that you have to be building relationship with everyone. Whether it's a tailor or someone who might have some knowledge, then it's alright. You can't just sit with ideas.
Once arriving in Harare, a few hours before my flight, I was connected to Titch, a model and presenter with the super groovy style.
My name is Tichaona Maruziba. I am 29. I am from Harare, Zimbabwe. I am a model, presenter, I like to say an artist, because artists, we create, we engage, we create to engage, create to express, create to inspire. A funny story, I never actually intended to get into, firstly in the modeling industry. I had a friend in university, and he was a model like my roommate. We started talking first, he was like, yo, I'm a model. I was like, yo, you still have a model? Alright, cool. So he was looking for an agency to join. So I just so happened to be walking in town and I came across the agency. So I wrote down the details. I went inside, I spoke to a lady, and I told him I have this friend that wants to model. And she said, okay, bring him in. And I brought him in the following week. He gave her his portfolio and he showed her the work that he's done. And at some point she turned to me and she says, what about you? Like, I wasn't paying any attention. I was legit out there on my phone. And then she asked me, and I was like, girl, you trolling? Why are you trolling me though? Like, girl, don't play with me like that though. Come on. And she's like, no, for real. So that's pretty much how it happened. She signed me too, and got a couple of gigs. It started off commercials, events. Yeah, that's pretty much how it happened from there. Me and a couple of friends just started a show called a talk show called Room for Doubt, where in essence, well, the basic gist of it is the type of conversations that we as youth will have amongst ourselves, or even when we go out with your clique. Just imagine you and your friends, you go out for drinks, or even at a friend's house, you're hanging out. The same conversation that you have, you talk about specific exam, going to university, following the steps, the path that was paved, the ones that your parents told you to be in order to be successful, and upon completion, you'll be able to progress to the next level. So obviously there's primary school, high school, university, after you get a job. That's how things are planned. It's very linear. But out here, it's not like that. It's like the whole time. So having to deal with that, the conversations like, yo, I graduated, I got honors. I know people that have honors, distinctions, bachelor's, PhDs. We met these guys on Churchill Avenue. This dude had a bachelor's and another guy had a PhD. And that's just in engineering. But the man was selling flags and plastic balls of airtime by the corner of the road. And I'm like, dude, how did that happen? But then if you know the situation, the economic climate in Zim, how things are very, as I so eloquently put it, you know, it never actually goes according to plan. Hardly anything goes according to plan. The only plan you can account for and count on is for it not to go according to plan. So, conversation like that, you go away, you come back, you don't have a job, 2 years you're looking, and your parents think that you're really not looking. But I remember when I came back, I legitimately had a book. And for 4 months, I filled out every single page for a job that I applied for. And I would call back, but I never got any callbacks. So that was heartbreaking to say the least, and dealing with that. And then we can go to, we spoke about substance abuse and the effects that it has on the youth and the culture in Zim, how it's glorified, and specifically how when people go out, the youth, they go out, they have this sense of pride when they come back from a night. The next morning you're talking to your friends and you share stories like, oh my gosh, my mom was so lit, I don't know how I got home. If you really look at it and you think about it, that's very reckless. How much did you consume that you genuinely don't recall? Getting into your vehicle, driving yourself home, opening the gate, all that, because at some point you could have passed out. You can't account for it. So there's that. And then talking about relationships with families, trying to start a family, all that. Those are things that we speak about. I like to create a lot of the times with the way I dress, the clothes that I choose to wear. I view it as you're really not just putting on clothes, and that's one thing that really gets me about guys out here. You're like out here, they don't really dress up; they just put on clothes. This is like a pair of pants or shirt. So I feel you should try to express, regardless of the weather, regardless of how things look on the outside. You should be able to bring how you feel intrinsically in the outside. And I feel you're able to paint that picture with the clothes that you adorn yourself with, because in essence you are the canvas, you are the artist. Let me say the older guard, they don't acknowledge or they don't invest as much time, money, or resources or facilities into actually developing them or assisting artists to hone in on their crafts, develop it, and be better at their crafts. It's one of those things that you have to go at it on your own. Coming from an African perspective, if you tell your parents that you want to get into the arts, you want to be a painter, traditionally, I don't know about the viewers if you're watching this, but I bet money if any one of you are from not just Zimbabwe but from Africa, either you or somebody you know said that they wanted to get into the creative industry, and your parents guaranteed said no. They either wanted you to get into the sciences, you to be a lawyer, get into something humanitarian. So either going to be accountant, lawyer, doctor, something like that. If you said that you wanted to be an artist, you wanted to create, inspire, be like, no, inspire, I swear, inspire with your accounts. Nigga, that doesn't inspire me.
Alongside with fashion blogger Chedza Mahere, also known as Diary of Smurf Dinky, on Instagram and her blogging site.
I'm Chedza Mahere. I'm from Zimbabwe, Harare, based here, and I stay here, I live here, I love this place. I'm 27, turning 28 in like a month. I studied art and design a couple of years ago, almost like 10 years ago actually. It's been so long. I studied art and design, and from there it was like painting, sculpturing, and drawing. So I do that for a living. And then from there I extended the path and I went to graphic designing, and now I'm a graphic designer professionally. I work at Crafted Media. So here in Zimbabwe we do photography, video, and my department is the graphic designing department. And yeah, and now I'm a fashion blogger as well because I love clothes. It took 2 years of convincing and 2 years of convincing and a lot of convincing from my boyfriend. Like, he's a professional photographer, so he was like, listen, you need something. You need to do something besides just work. Something where you can engage with people, where you can express yourself, because I do love clothes and that's the way I express myself. So I sat on it for like 2 years, and finally I came to a realization that I needed to start it. Just woke up one day and I was like, I'm ready. And we went out in the streets, and his concept was going in the streets of Harare and just taking pictures. I was inspired by none other than the Queen, Solange. I mean, hello, she's amazing. So like, even her calmness is what I want to be. She's literally herself, and that's just amazing, because with being in that industry, it's very tough being yourself, because you get like other people pushing your hair, you know, fix up your hair, straighten up your hair, you should have long fake hair or whatever, and she's just there like that. It's okay. Today I'll have braids, tomorrow I'll have my curls out, tomorrow I'll cut my hair. She's like, changes herself. That's exactly how I'm like with my own hair. Today it's in a fro, tomorrow it's in like different colored braids. And even my style in terms of color, she likes neutral colors and she likes like exciting colors as well. Usually, if you notice, Solange is like in a lot of mustards, a lot of like reds and stuff, and like bright. Or she goes lower, monotone, pastel colors and whatnot, and that's the kind of colors I like, and I've always liked those colors. So it's inspired my look, it's inspired what I wear, and also I love thrifting. So thrifting is basically my main thing that I do in under Diary of Smurf Dinky. It's basically secondhand clothes mixed with like a fashion designed outfit. So this outfit basically, this is Mr. Price, and this is actually a bathrobe that I made into a kimono, and this is vintage. This is from Bare here in Zim. This was like, I think like $3 for this jumpsuit. And then I basically, I don't know if you can see my little belt right there, this belt actually goes with this bathrobe. So I basically made an outfit out of, you know, pajamas and thrifted clothes. So obviously I look very different from a lot of Zimbabweans. So I always get stares. There's a lot of people staring at me everywhere I go. Like today in the city, for example, I use public transport, right? I don't have a car. So I arrived, I was walking down, just here, walking down Savannah Michelle, coming up to, you know, the art gallery where we are right now, and there was a lot of staring and pointing and laughing and comments, and now I'm used to it. But back in the day, it actually used to make me cry because of my fro. Because a lot of people were like, hey, what you trying to do? What are you trying to be? Blah, blah, blah. And picking and laughing and pointing. But now I think I've dealt with it. I'm just like, well, that's your opinion, and I'm grateful for your opinion, but I don't care. Really don't care, and I'm still gonna be me. So it's really tough being, you know, different. Or being myself. In fact, let me not say different. Being myself here at home. Where people should accept you for who you are. This new Zimbabwe, I mean, it still feels like the old Zimbabwe. I mean, our president obviously has done so much. But in my industry, no one has touched anything yet. So come here. Right here. We need you. Art industry, music industry, we need you. We need you. We need your funding. We need your attention. We need your love. We need you. Not just, don't look at academic people. Don't look at, like, you know, doctors. Don't look at teachers. Don't look at those people only. Look at us also. We also need love. It doesn't mean that being an artist, you're not good in school. We're good in school. We're good at that too. But we're really good at this more than, you know, being a doctor or being a teacher. So I want to see a change in our industry. I want to see funding. I want to see my own people supporting us in this industry, because we do need the money, and we do need people not to be like stingy with money, being like, well, you're a photographer or a videographer or a graphic designer or a fashion blogger or a fashion designer or a singer or a rapper and not get paid for it. Don't do that. You need to pay, because it's someone's time that you're paying for. Do not compare yourself to anyone you find on social media. Other than that, get inspired by them, because social media, it's mostly just a moment. Like, it happened in a moment and someone decided, oh, I look pretty today, posted a picture. That's not how I look every day. I don't look like this every day. It's not me every day. So don't be confused by social media. Don't think because it looks like that right now, you cannot do it, because you can do it. Anyone can do it, because I didn't think I could do it 2 years ago. For me to be pushed every single week by my boyfriend to start this blog, it wasn't, Chedza, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I got this. No, it was literally like, I can't do this because I'm not confident enough. But all you need is to have confidence in yourself, and the confidence does grow over time. I'm still not as confident as I should be, but it's growing over time, because I'm also learning to be myself and be comfortable in my own skin. And this could be you. So do not deny fate. Do it. Don't be like me. I was denying fate for 2 years. But look now, look at me getting interviewed by this gorgeous person that I met on the internet, by the way. This could be you.
Before going to Zimbabwe, I was naive about what I would encounter and the type of people I would meet. Just by hearing their stories and seeing how passionate they are, especially in a country that's not as supportive as Australia, really inspired me and opened my eyes. Each and every individual made an impact on my life, which has changed my view on the whole creative industry. Not only did this experience influence me to work harder, but really to support other talented Africans within my city, just as much as they do.
You're trying to be the Gucci Manes of butts, just putting everybody on, like everybody that deserves it.
I'm trying to be the biscuit head of butts. I ain't trying to be no Gucci Mane or no Gucci nut.
Hey man, I'm trying to be iced out like Gucci. I don't know what he talking about.
I'm gonna be iced out like Biscuit. Gucci won't gonna be iced out like me, nigga. Like he gonna be.
But for real, Gucci gonna wanna be like us. I swear.
Alright, you ready?
You ready? Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
You ready? You sure? Say it with your chest, girl. Say it with your chest.
Why did I start?
Yes. So explain your
we'll
boyfriend.
Talk about this boyfriend
thing. Exactly. My boyfriend told me to do it.
Some of these problems like syringes, you don't even know if they're sterilized. But we all want to stay alive. Let the government kill you from 9 to 5. And I ain't got a problem with that. Nah. Just pass me the weed. Just pass me the things that I need to give it on my... Oh shit, I messed it up. I got shy.
Until they miss me, I'm taking over, see it. Hardcore in lyrics, go ahead and click it. It's chinos with magic, rappers take vacations. Niggas feel the tragic, my vocal voice, my medicate. When I bounce to the beat, that's magic. Damn it, I got fingerprints and poses, noting triggers. Niggas blinking till they out of blinkers. Now get this.